In the area of social inclusion, where we've come in research is really distinguishing between physical inclusion and social inclusion.
One of the messages from research to date is that people with intellectual disability really don't know much about retirement and are really quite anxious about it and concerned about it, and have difficulty in imagining what life could be like when when they stop working.
What a lot of the research shows is that most of people's social networks is still mainly consists of family members and other people with disabilities and staff.
I really don't think we have a real understanding as to what a sense of community means for people with intellectual disability.
The gap has been in identifying suitable and successful third age lifestyles for people with disabilities who are no longer working.
As more and more people live in more individualized settings, how can they really be safe? If they're meeting more community members, how can they have really valued relationships as opposed to being victimized or taken advantage of by people?
While we have been successful perhaps in moving people to less restrictive settings, we have not been successful in connecting people to their communities, and perhaps we need to rethink what we mean by this.
What are community members' attitudes toward inclusion? We keep trying to work on it from the agency end or from the person end, but how can we really work on it from the community members' side of it, and how can we help them be more inclusive?
We just have to tell people who we are, what we expect, and then people should be there to listen to us and to treat us like anybody else.
People with disabilities themselves report that one of the biggest challenges facing them is acceptance, being accepted by people, being seen as valued by people. And when they are, there's enormous benefits in terms of there's health benefits, there's relationship benefits, there's confidence benefits, as well as there's benefits to community members. So it's not just that it matters to people with disabilities, but we also want it to really matter and see the benefits for community members themselves, for our communities to be really inclusive and valuing of all people.
It's really important that everybody with an intellectual disability feels involved in their world, and it can be right from a young age, right all the way through their life, and making sure that everybody is given a fair chance in life to do what they want to do, but with the right support.
One way is to have people be present in the community in meaningful ways. So going to the Chamber of Commerce, going to the Rotaries and all the animal societies, the elks and the lions and the tigers and everything else. But for us as a community to perhaps be more open to integrating things like recreation, to go into the schools, because we've now got 38 years or so since free and appropriate education in this country, and have made a lot of progress. And it's now generally accepted by parents of children in school that they will be taught alongside people with disabilities of all kinds.
I think that self-advocates, that the biggest thing is being included in the community with society, and it's inclusion within college, school. Letting someone be there, not saying they have to be in a separate entity, allowing them to expose within the regular people. And loving people for people. I don't care what the scenario is, you have to embrace people and love them. No matter if you have the IDD, mental illness, whatever, you just have to deal with it.
One of the things that we did in the project is actually to make a DVD depicting the stories of some of the people involved and the types of things that they began to do as they transitioned to retirement. By watching a video to see people with some similarities to themselves doing a variety of different things, that may help them to think about, well, maybe I could do that too, or maybe I could do something like that in my local community. And so they'll be able to articulate more clearly what they want so that people can support them to do that as they move towards retirement.